All right. Welcome to the Public Safety Subcommittee. Today is April 2nd. This meeting is being recorded by Easthampton Media. For those persons that have never been here, I'm the chairman. My name is Omar Gomez. Present we have Councilor
Lynch
and Councilor
Durbin.
All right. Anyone? Now is the time to speak anything that is not in the agenda. If anyone wants to say something that is not in the agenda, now is the time to talk. Nothing?
We've still got the old agenda, right?
Yes, we have in the agenda, we have the parking, and we have the crosswalks, and the Fox Run.
Yeah.
Nothing about anything else different? No?
No, well, actually, I'm just gonna, Annette Siegel, I wanna thank, I had requested through the police to put up the mobile speed limit sign up on Holyoke and Cherry Street, but instead they put it on Cottage Street, and all I get to see is brake lights now.
Oh, good.
They take the corner and it's like, ah! And so I just, not that you guys did it, but it's another thing to thank the safety of our city. So let's hope it gets them to slow down more and more.
And that was from,
There's two.
yes, the first one was for March
2, 5, and 3.
2, 5,
Let me look right now.
3, 4.
Two, 5, and 3, 5. They're both.
Take a motion to approve the
So
minute
moved.
from 2534.
I second.
For those in favor?
Aye.
That's 3-0. Good time, business. So we can start with the Fox Run way first. I received the package. I'm pretty sure you guys received it too, right? I used to take a look of everything. For me, everything looked good. We have the approval from the planning board. We have a letter from DPW. We have here,
Amanda Zanona's
cameras. Okay, yeah. Do you want to say something?
we just need to know if you need anything further from us. At this point, we feel that we have delivered everything the city has asked us for.
Okay.
If there's anything new, I just need to know, or if it's ready to move for final approval.
What I have, look like it's everything done. It was before at the consular. I don't remember what year was it. Was it a few years ago?
John Diaz was the chair when I started.
Yes, and by then, you guys have to fix a few things, have to
Yes.
make some improvement at the road, and you guys did. We have all the information. I don't know if any of the counselors have any question to Amanda related to the acceptance of this road.
Seems like everything's in order, honestly.
Yep, I looked over everything.
Really,
already.
everything, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like everything's fine.
Yes, we have all the documentation from all the resources, including like DPW, everybody. So I don't see anything missing in the package.
Okay.
So, and I think it's a plus adding this tree. Like I said, we plow it before. We plow it every winter. So adding this to our inventory is great, especially that we can add this for getting the money for Chapter 90 to pave the roads. This is a great add in for our city. Any of the councilors want to say something about that?
Good.
So we'll take a motion to accept this road.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3-0. Pass. So we'll send the recommendation to the full city council that we're gonna accept it.
Okay.
I will send it with the whole package to all the councilors, so that way if they have any question, they will have the information with them. We're going to have the meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you should come tomorrow if you can at 6.
I cannot come tomorrow.
because in case any other city council have a question that that I don't have the information.
Okay.
But I will have all the information that I think they're gonna ask that we need.
And I mean, worst comes to worst, if someone has a question that we can't answer, in worst case scenario, we just keep it in committee, and then
Yes,
you can
we
come
can do
and
that.
answer the
Actually,
questions at the next one.
Is it possible to move it to the next meeting instead of tomorrow night? Only because I haven't been able to get the Wonderlicks to sign the deed, which needs to be given to Barbara so that the city council, once they vote, can sign it. So Mr. Wonderlick's been out of town, so
Okay.
is that,
Yeah.
I'd rather, because I'm out of town as well tomorrow.
So the next
so-
one is 3/17, I think, is it?
Hold on, I can tell you exactly.
I mean,
what it is.
4/17? I think it's the 17th.
4/17, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Which I'm out of town then too, but I
Okay.
will get
But
some.
at least it'll be
That's
signed.
school vacation
You want us to
week.
move it to May?
Yeah.
So I will deliver a signed deed by
Before
Mr.
17th.
Wonderlick to Barbara before that meeting, so that it's there.
Perfect.
That's the only piece that I don't have for a meeting for tomorrow night, so, and I will
Okay.
see if I can get someone to come and cover for me on the 17th in case there are questions.
That's perfect. So we're gonna move it to, I mean, I'm gonna do the report tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have all the information, we're gonna wait until.
And we could give them all the information tomorrow, so they have time to review it.
Yeah, okay, we can do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
excellent,
perfect.
thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. Now let's move on. We still have the parking and traffic, the request, the review of the parking, like we still have it in the part of the agenda. I know that I said that we should wait until the
Parking study.
the parking study, yeah, but something that the Councilor Derby said last time was stuck in my head was trying to make a relation about the parking there near the crosswalk. I just to put those parking for small cars
Mm-hmm.
instead of have SUVs, like the
Right.
type of car. So I think
Vans.
I'm sorry?
Like big
Vans, yeah, exactly. We should do something to reserve those spaces just for small cars, so that way the pedestrian can have a better chance to see the person who's coming, and the traffic can see the pedestrian crossing the wall,
Mhm.
the crosswalks. I think that was a great idea. I think we should do something with it.
Yep. I think so too. And it's interesting today, at that very spot in front of Old Town Hall, there was a work van parked, and I was driving, and there was a car right behind me, and there was someone that had just stepped into the crosswalk, and I could have slammed on my brakes, but the car behind me would definitely hit me, and I just didn't see him until I was right there. You know,
Oh.
Behind the truck.
because it was behind the truck. Granted, I think that most pedestrians are savvy enough to walk to the first sign,
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
announce their presence, but you never know.
Little kid from Young Grove may not be.
Right.
But I think, when you mentioned it last time, it was stuck in my head, and during this past weeks, I was thinking about it. I think there's a great idea.
Maybe something else we can run by the chief and Joe. I don't know if the thing that I know what Joe's gonna say. He's gonna say, well, we don't have any
We don't have
money
money
for
to,
signs.
yeah, but it's part of, but the mayor is doing the budget now.
Right.
So I think
So maybe
that
we can
maybe
look at
the
that.
combination of the idea of bringing the mayor to this meeting,
Mhm.
and DPW director and the police, and to talk about it when the DPW director said that we don't have money, so that way we can address that to the mayor to add that part of the budget.
Right.
So that way we can,
So after I did that
Okay for that, yeah.
today, I had a genius idea. I was like, wow, that was dumb. But I was thinking, I was like, well, what's the fine? I was like, what's the fine if you don't stop for a pedestrian? So if you see the pedestrian in the crosswalk and you just decide to
I
go
think it
by,
was $100.
it's $100, but it's payable to the state.
But
Wouldn't it be interesting if there was a local
What if we
ordinance
make a local ordinance stay local?
that was a $100 fine for not stopping for pedestrian in the
Paid to the
crosswalk?
city.
It got paid to the city. That went into a fund to pay for parking improvements and signage and crosswalk improvements.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Let's move that.
The sun is a problem sometimes.
The what is?
The sun.
Yeah, sun can be.
Vehicles that are long, when I have a car, a sedan, and I end up driving like a little old lady sometimes because when I'm
Yeah.
coming near some of these crosswalks, because you don't see them.
Because you can't see, yeah.
Can you please say your name and
Nancy
address just
Gray.
for the record? Yeah.
Nancy
Thank you.
Gray.
Thank you. But I like the idea. We make a local ordinance so that we can keep the money.
I mean, I am the chair of ordinance.
And I'm the
First of all,
chair
you
of,
need good publicity.
Oh, yeah.
and I'm the
Yeah.
chair
But
of
may
public safety,
make
so we
people
can
more
do something
conscious.
together.
And it raises
I like the
money
idea.
for
Really, I like
improvements.
it.
Yeah.
And then we can keep the money, like you
Yeah,
said.
I mean, to me, it kind of clicked.
Makes sense.
You know, because that way the police would, instead of giving somebody $100 fine that they know is not, like, I think a small percentage of it comes to the city, but the lion's share goes to the state.
The police would have to be there though.
Oh, who knows? That's a good. It goes to Boston.
right.
It goes to the big
And
dick.
if the police are there, someone may be more cautious
Yeah, yeah.
than, well anyways.
Yeah.
But you brought up a good point.
It's a thought.
What are you going to do if there's somebody that really is starting out, and you know the car behind you is gonna hit you?
Yeah.
I'm going to err on the side of going through the crosswalk.
Yeah.
Because
Generally.
the person hitting me from behind could force me
Force
into
you
that
into the
person.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
and
know?
that's.
That's really a testy situation, so you have to pay a fine. Who's observing it?
Right.
Who's gonna say what the consequences would have been if they had?
Right.
stopped?
And I think that's what I imagine what the chief would say, is he would say that his officers use discretion on a daily.
Exactly, I knew what he would say.
And then, you know, and so someone who is being negligent and just not paying attention to it, as opposed to someone who saw the person slow down, realized there was someone behind them, and then kind of just like went more slowly through the
Really
Or
intersection.
created
just went
another
around the
safety issue.
person in
Right.
the crosswalk, which I see so often.
Yeah.
You know, from the Neenies, when they're starting to go in the crosswalk, and the cars just go around. And that's even when there's nobody behind them.
Right.
Yeah, they just, I'm not gonna stop pretty.
Yeah. So anyway, let's.
Yeah, no, I like the
Well, I
idea.
think, you know, the way to proceed with that is for us to check in with the chief, see if he thinks that idea, you know, makes sense. And then the second part of that would be to talk to the mayor about, you know, creating a fund that would be
Separate
for,
account.
a separate account that would be for, you know, street improvements related to pedestrian safety.
I think we can make that ordinance too.
We
I think so.
probably could.
I think so.
Yeah, so, and then what we could do is any fines that go, and that way we could start getting a rainy day fund for
Yeah.
pedestrian signs that are lit, or, you know,
Right.
flashing one.
We can start doing all the stuff that we're talking about.
Exactly. You know, so that kind of like, so it's a good thing I went through that crosswalk today, because that's all of that clicked in that one
Yeah,
moment.
so one moment.
I'm glad you broke the law.
Yeah.
And it's on record.
And it's on record, right?
No, it went like, I mean, yes, yes.
Yeah, don't talk anymore. Don't say anything else.
I really was gonna stop too. I just couldn't.
And related to keep going with the crosswalk, I think the flag is working great in this community.
And they seem like there's more intersections
There's
that
one
are.
intersection with the
Coming
flags,
online.
including the
People are
middle
starting
school.
to see
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Glendale and Main Street suddenly this afternoon missing their both sides.
I wonder, probably
People are stealing it, or people are
kids.
Though
What?
This is
Just
the first
kids
time
are
through,
trying to
you
be
know,
funny.
both sides. I mean, there was one that was missing from someplace else and got brought to the across from the 7-Eleven.
Oh.
So,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, I'm
But
hoping.
GPS monitoring chips in.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have money for.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it could be somebody just moved in the, I
Right.
don't know. April
Could be
Fool's
kids,
Joke,
like,
yeah.
you know, oh,
Yes.
let's see if if we
Yeah.
throw them, what happens? You know? Yeah.
But I know there was somebody there was one that was missing someplace and they found it across from 7-Eleven, so, you know. Hey, does anybody know if they're getting rid of the gas station, 7-Eleven?
I don't know. I haven't heard
They're
that.
digging, they just tore
It's
everything
not part of the
out.
agenda.
It's not part of the agenda.
Sorry.
But I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. I know, well, it's safety.
I don't want
Yeah.
to say, but it's not part of the
Yeah,
agenda.
but if it's not on the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's you know.
Yes, I take a few notes about talking to the mayor, talking to the police chief, about how we can do about local ordinance about
Because I mean,
crosswalks.
it's not like you're imposing some onerous fine that nobody knows
No,
about.
it's
Like
the
if-
same one.
It's the exact same one. It's just a
Supposed to be
local.
local.
You know, I mean, that's one of my issues with ordinances is, you know, if you impose one that isn't anywhere else,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden someone comes here and it's, oh, wait, you
Yeah,
know.
it's something
that
new,
could be
no,
fine.
but it's
But
the same one.
It's already
from
the
state.
same thing.
Would that be on top of the fine for the state violation too?
No, they
Or
could,
you just
they could just do the local one.
just focus on that? I like it.
You
I
guys
mean,
want to say anything
what
about
we're
the
doing again
crosswalks
with
or anything?
crosswalks. I
Yeah.
mean, I know the police again have said they're a liberal with delivery people.
Yeah.
You know, in front of Nini's, in front of the fire hydrant, in front of the crosswalk. And again, there's where you can't see
Mhm.
somebody's trying to come out and walk, and I just don't know what we can do about that.
Yeah, it's, I mean, and it is a rough, it's just a rough spot.
Yeah.
This is first spot, yeah, it is.
I mean, I'm dealing with my tractor trailer that parks on Chapel Street to
Right.
deliver to
Well,
Nini's.
that one is really tough.
You know,
It's a tough
but
spot.
I haven't seen him this week, so he's due. But the one, you know, yeah, I mean, I know we got the store in Nini's, they're always getting deliveries. And it's either in front of the store or in front of Nini's, and they're, you know, if it's a big truck,
Mhm.
you know, it just, I mean, I wish, you know, again, maybe this can go into ordinance or something where we can, no deliveries between 8 and 9 and 2:30 and 3:30.
Mm.
That's, you know, when school is getting in and out. You know, I know big cities have stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know. I've always kind of thought of that, it's like,
Yeah, we can do an ordinance. I mean, we have stores that don't get deliveries after 10 o'clock at night because of the noise, you know, of the deliveries and stuff, so you
how
can
about
put.
trash pickup at 5:30 in the morning? 2 of them this morning as I'm out walking, driving down Clark and everywhere's.
Wow.
But
I-
we could do delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Ordinance,
delivery,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just, you know, those times when, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
granted in 3 years, they're not gonna be school children, but
Right.
still, it's like,
But you never know what's gonna happen with the repurpose of
Yeah.
the school. And
Yes.
could be a playground still,
Yeah.
could be a youth center, anything like that, you know, that hasn't been
nothing's been
ironed
decided.
out. So I mean, you know, we could do something that makes it,
And people
safe.
still living around it. too.
Yeah, people still
Yeah.
live. There's probably still kids gonna be
Yeah.
living around there, and you know, who knows? I mean, I don't think that that's out of the question. I think it's a great idea.
But yeah, but just in front of you.
What time did you suggest?
You know, it's
8 to 9 and
This
through
is
the
between
school
8 and
drop-off.
9 and 2:30 and 3:30.
8 to 9 and
Of course, when we have half days, I'm not gonna get into that.
8 to 9 and then?
Yeah.
8 to 9 and then 2:30 to 3:30.
And basically it's gonna be in Cottage Street.
We could just do a
It
citywide,
was
Yeah.
citywide.
right? I mean, that would just cover
Be more
everything.
covered, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense too. You wanna say something?
Elaine
about-
Bristol, yes, thank you. First of all, it's encouraging to hear that you're talking about lighted signs still. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like, it was curious, is
Yep.
there any movement? So I'm glad that's still a very active concept. At the last meeting, you nicely suggested that I call Jeff back. So I did a week ago and mentioned that I'd been to the safety committee meeting, blah, 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 and have not heard back from him.
Hmm.
But it sounds as though you're thinking about the parking spots next to crosswalks possibly being used for smaller cars
Mhm.
only.
Yes.
So that's a new concept as
Mhm.
opposed to getting rid of those
Mhm.
slots. So I wasn't sure if I should pursue trying to talk with him or drop it. Anyway, so it was, I don't know.
Okay,
I didn't call them.
my recommendation is if you like this idea that we talked before about saving those spot for small cars, and you don't have to talk to him.
Well, so as I said, that was totally a new
Yeah.
thing. Yes, I did. And I'm probably 50-50. I think it's a better idea.
Mhm.
I think perhaps it was you who talked about you had crossed there prior to the last meeting, and there was a van
Mhm.
parked in that spot.
Yeah.
And so it would prohibit that.
Yeah.
But as you know, that spot next, right in front of the old town hall, is a handicap spot.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That we talked before, yeah.
Right, so limiting that to small cars, I would
I mean, in that case, have to, if it is for handicap parking,
Yeah,
we
you can't-
cannot do
yeah.
anything
Yeah.
about it.
You can't limit that.
In that particular
Or
one.
maybe the one next to
The
it.
one next to it,
compact,
yes.
You know, and go down the line so it makes it a little easier.
I mean, it just occurred to me that that particular spot would not, I
Mhm.
think,
Yeah.
work with limiting it to a small vehicle.
I think the one on the other side. Okay, I'm just gonna check
And
that.
the one on the other side of the street is very close also to the
Also,
crosswalk.
yeah.
It's just that the angle is different, but
Mhm.
it's still,
Yeah, it hangs
It goes
away.
through
you
it.
have
yeah.
to really look. You
Mhm.
have to really pay attention to,
Well, you're still 10 feet in the road before you can even see traffic coming in. You know?
I mean, bringing the two signs there is helping a little bit more.
Yep.
You know, the signs that we
Further
go
out,
further
yeah.
out. But definitely, yeah, for that case, if it is handicap parking,
It looks like the one on. So if you're standing on the Easthampton Savings Bank side looking across,
Yep.
looks like when you the parking space on the left that has the smallest. It's the one on the left that has the smallest amount of buffer is the handicap one. It looks like the one on the right is a normal. So if you just take a look at that. So that's the handicap
yeah.
one, and that's a normal one. See the bigger buffer
Yeah.
and the small buffer, and then this one has. It looks that used to be. I don't know if you can
Used to
see
be a
this.
parking-
That used to be a parking space.
Oh, yeah, it's
And
slashed
they
out.
slashed it out. So like if you can actually see where.
I was thinking right of the one.
You can see where the old parking space was, and they slashed
Okay,
it out
yeah.
right there. And you can see.
Yeah, good for you.
So there's the one that they slashed out. There used to be a parking spot right there. And this is the handicap one, has a small buffer, and this is a normal.
Well, and this is the one where it comes out literally to the crosswalk.
Mhm.
And over here, the front line hits the
Yeah.
crosswalk.
Right.
Um,
Well, this isn't a space anymore, so there's about
That's okay.
it's crossed off.
I see your point. I was, sorry, still
Yeah, yeah.
looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is
This
the
is
this
That's the one that used to be.
Yeah.
Right, and I thought it still was.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cool.
Thank you. I think that's a huge improvement.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Um,
But even so, I think that that one on the right hand side, this one,
yes.
that could be
That could be
for
a
small
first
cars
one,
only,
yeah.
and maybe this one here.
The
this,
first one.
This
Yeah, the first one there
could be
too,
for
yeah.
small cars.
And that will help a lot.
And then then what you could do is that could potentially mitigate some of the sighting issues, and then wouldn't necessarily have what I think would be probably blowback from businesses if we were trying
Yeah,
to
'cause
remove.
you
Of
still-
course.
Right.
And that's what, we don't want that.
No.
Same with Car Street. And that's what the idea of keeping the parking, but just for small cars.
Mhm.
For me, it's a great idea, especially the more businesses are coming to our city.
Well, and eventually, we could get electrical charging stations there and have them be for
Hybrid cars.
hybrid
And
plug-in
most
hybrids
of
or
them are
electrics.
small.
Yeah, and those are small,
Yeah.
for the most part, until the Rivian comes out.
Yeah, but I like the idea.
I don't know if as part of that, if that's something that would be policed. I mean, if a car were parked there and it were
And that's
a
what we
large
have,
car.
and that's what we
Yeah.
have to start the conversation with the police chief and DPW and the mayor to see if doing that, it works with everybody.
Well, they also go around ticketing cars and
Yes.
timing them if it's longer than an hour in an hour zone. You know, they.
Yeah, so we'd have to probably write an amendment to the parking rules and orders that would allow for an enforcement of compact car violation. Make it a parking ticket $15. And if when we rolled this out, we could ask the police to enforce it, like off the bat, and that would, it's
Set a tone or a precedence
Yeah.
with
People don't see signs.
the, right.
Yeah, but they see tickets.
Yeah, they do see
Yeah.
tickets.
That's it.
Bright and
They
orange.
pay something,
Yes,
yeah.
bright and orange, yeah. They see the
That
tickets.
ticket's like it's like
Yeah.
a bell and has all the bells there.
Well, yeah, like I said, the idea is fantastic, and losing parking space is great too. Like I said before, there's a bunch of businesses coming to our city. So if you were a Mexican restaurant, other businesses coming to our city. So losing parking spot is not ideal, ideal for anyone. So yeah,
Complaining about it.
but keeping those parking spots for the more small cars, I think
It's good balance.
it's a good balance for everybody. Yeah. I don't have anything else. At least someone else want to say something about parking or the crosswalks.
This is a minor issue. I saw someone using a crosswalk actually over by the library. And she had taken a flag and she held it down by her side. And I'm almost thinking, it's like, I could just see the little tail of it. If I hadn't known that someone might be carrying one, she was walking, and it was on the other side of her. And I thought, we need an education system for it. You need to do this with your orange flag. But I'm like you, I have noticed more of them appearing at crosswalks, which I certainly admire the people who are doing that work. I don't know if it's worth doing something, asking schools to do just
Well,
to
the kids are great though. When the kids use it, they take it because they love waving it like that. So, and yeah, but no, I know. It's okay. They've used the where the old crosswalk that wasn't supposed to be there from Stone Path Lane to where the tattoo place is, people still think it's a crosswalk because it's got some people have been taking the red flags and crossing over and putting them in the fence, and I'm going, no, that's jaywalking because they think it's still a crosswalk. So but yeah, when I use them,
It's tough for us, I think, because it's not
for
a
the committee,
city.
it's hard.
It's not a city-run thing. We don't have
It's been in the
ownership on it.
news, it's been in the news, it's been in the newspaper, it's on Facebook all the time. That's about all you can do.
Once we approve it, or once we start supporting it like that, then we own the liability, I think, and that's where,
This is all
it's a citizen-run thing.
Yes.
I appreciate it. I like that somebody's doing something, but I don't think we can really take part in it, as a city.
And the only thing I can think of is that, the people that are organizing it would be great for them to, work with some high school students and do like a little video PSA that could go on the Easthampton page or,
Even Easthampton Media, because
Yeah.
Easthampton Media
happy to do
an
it.
education channel. They have, a free speech channel.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way too.
Yeah.
You're going to something media.
Yeah. And I know some people there,
They
so.
would be happy to do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's, and it could be
Because I know it's been on Mass Live.
Yeah, 22 News.
22
Facebook.
News, 40,
Yeah.
everything's been in the newspaper,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it made a big statement, and you can see them when you're driving down the road. I always appreciate it when I see somebody using it. It's being utilized, and I know the idea is temporary fix until the Safe Street initiatives come and we get the funding in place and the updates that we need. It's a good temporary fix, for something. Yeah.
I don't have anything else on the agenda. Our next meeting is going to be, we have to schedule a meeting
Mesa.
we have to schedule a meeting before that.
We do.
Because Eversource is
Oh, they need
asking
a
for a poll, have to be before the 17th.
before April 17th.
Yes.
So the 16th.
Can we do it, can you do it 16?
I think I probably can. I'm on vacation, but I think I'm staying
Local?
local. So
Can we?
Yeah.
So we schedule a meeting for April 16 at 6 p.m. 6 p.m.
Just checking the work schedule.
I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Does that mean they
There we
will-
go.